The server is the middleman that connects your phone or client to the computer that is attached to the Arduino. Here's how it works. Your server has a JSON file that contains 3 numbers representing red, green, and blue. These numbers range from 0 to 255. The server updates the content of the file depending on the requests it receives. We'll implement 2 types of requests. The first type simply asks the server to return those 3 numbers. The second type tells the server to replace those numbers with 3 new numbers. The first request looks like this, and the second request looks like this. So in the first request, set equals 0 because we are not setting any new values, whereas for the second request, we are setting a new values, and they are red equals 5, and green equals 90, and blue equals 10. The first request returns a JSON string that looks something like this, while the second request does not return anything. So we start off by opening the server folder we created earlier. We then open brackets and open the folder from brackets. You should see the index.php file that we created earlier. Just close it. We are not going to need it. Our server consists of a script called api.php, which does the whole thing. So create it. The first thing we do is to test whether there is a set parameter sent through the URL or not. If yes, then we check if it has value 0. This means that there is a request of the first type, so we simply read the content of the file and print it out. We open the file led status.json. We read its content with the fgets function. And finally, we print it out and die. Die basically stops the script from execution. If that is not the case, then it means that this request is of the second type. So we take both the red, green, and blue values from the URL if they exist. We copy them to variables and create an associative array from them. We then send that associative array to the JSON encode function to convert it to a JSON string, which then we save it inside the file ledstatus.json. Now we just need to create the ledstatus.json file so that the script finds it. I'll put in an example values of 255 for all colors, so this combination gives white. Now, let's navigate to the server folder and launch the server. Now, let's test the first request. And it works. It returns the content of the ledstatus.json file. Now, let's test the second request. So set equals 1, red equals 255, green equals 1, and blue equals 11. Hit enter, and when you check the ledstatus.json file, you will notice that it is updated with the new values. And that is the whole server code. Simple yet powerful.